So it seems like 2023 is the year of AI, and last year we saw massive progress in the AI space. This year, things are picking up pace, and we're actually going to be diving into one of those AI tools today called Chat GPT. You may have heard of it. Basically, a language model that we can use and speak to and use almost like a personal assistant. And so that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to show you step by step how to do it, how to use it, and how you can start actually leveraging it in your own business. And we're actually going to come up with a program name. We're going to create some social media content. We're going to create some program lessons, and we're even going to use AI to solve some coaching problems. So let's get into it. All right, so we're inside of Chat GPT right now, and what we're going to do is we're going to use it to come up with a program name. So let's just imagine that you're about to launch an online program and you don't have a name and you need some ideas. We can essentially use this tool to stimulate those ideas and help us coming up with a program name. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to the chat box down here. We're going to drop in a request, and then we're going to see what results we get. So I'm going to paste this in here. Give me some program name ideas for an online health program for busy mums. And again, you can tweak this depending on who you are, what you do, what you offer, etc. But I'm going to hit enter and let's see what we get. All right, so we've got 20 really good names here that we can potentially use. Some we may just disregard altogether, but what you can do is you can go through this list and you can see which one you potentially like or resonate with the most. And then what you can actually do is you can take, let's say this one, for example, and if you do like it, but it's not quite what you were looking for, you can actually then get variations of that name so that you can really find the one that you want. So for example, I'm going to go down to the chat box down here and I'm going to go, give me 10 more variations of this one. And now what it's going to do is it's going to take that and it's going to spit out another 10 options using the one that I like the most. And then from here, I can find a program name pretty quickly based off these variations or examples that it's giving me. So you can see how it can do a lot of the heavy lifting when it comes to naming something like a program, maybe a challenge, maybe a new product, maybe a new coaching offer that you're going to launch. And so Chat GPT is awesome for things like this to stimulate those ideas and just save you lots of time and energy trying to figure it out alone. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use ChatGPT to actually help us with creating some social media content ideas. So I'm essentially going to take a little bit of a script that I've got here previously to actually create these content ideas. And it's just a simple request, right? So if you're looking for some content ideas for your socials, maybe for emails, maybe for creating a YouTube video or a podcast, you can essentially head over here and you can use this tool to do some of the heavy lifting and thinking for you. So please give me 10 content ideas for, and we'll stick with the theme that we are on, which is mums. And then mums who want to lose weight. So we'll go with mums who want to lose weight. And now what it's going to do is it's going to give us 10 content ideas. So 5 easy and healthy recipes for busy mums on a weight loss journey. Cool. The ultimate guide to meal planning for weight loss, tips and tricks for mums. Amazing. So what we can do now is we'll give it another prompt. And a prompt is just a request to do something else, right? And that's maybe expand on any of these things here. Just like we did in the last example with the program names, we found 20 program names. We took one of them. We said, give me some more variations. What we can do is we can do the same thing here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scripting here and just edit it. So you will act as an online coach and write a detailed post. And then we're going to choose one of these. I'm going to choose this one. And now it's going to write it for us. So this is going to be very informational. It's not going to be something that you just grab, copy, and paste onto social media. Wouldn't advise doing that. But I would use this as a framework for your ideas and your content creation process for you to then go out and create something that's yours, that sounds like you, that feels like you, that's original to you, using the suggestions here that we've got, right? So if we look at this, we scroll to the top. So set your goals and priorities. You could speak about that specifically. Assess your current eating habits. Plan your weekly meals. Batch cooking and prepping. So you can see how it's giving you lots of different prompts back that you can then use in creating social media content. Maybe that's just a written post. Maybe that's creating a reel. Maybe that's even a YouTube video. Maybe that's even a podcast. If you took this entire thing, you could speak specifically on each one of these topics if it aligns with what you do and what you offer, of course. And you can create some social media content very quickly without having to think about the framework or the content that you're specifically going to cover, because this is going to do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. And then you inject your own personality, stories, experience, and skills into it. And then you can then share it on social media. All right, so in this next example, we're going to basically use this tool to help us coming up with trainings, resources, coaching sessions for, let's say, a group coaching program, or inside the course that you maybe offer your clients to really give them additional value and support. So you can see here, I've put in help me come up with some ideas to help my clients with developing a mindset that supports them in achieving their goals. So imagine you want to cover some mindset-based coaching and content in your program. Then you could use Chat GPT to help you with coming up with those ideas. And I'm going to hit enter, and then we're going to see what we've got. So we've got things around positive affirmations, visualization, gratitude, self-reflection, accountability, continuous learning. We've got loads of ideas here. So what we can then do, just like we did in the last example, is we could take something like this. Then what we could do is we could turn it into a structured lesson plan. So if I just write, create a structured lesson plan on, check this out. So cool. So it's giving you the lesson plan. It's giving you the objectives, the duration, the materials, the procedure, and how you would go through that lesson, creating it for your clients or doing it live on a coaching call in a group setting, etc., etc. And obviously you wouldn't go and copy this word for word, but you could use this again as an overarching framework and some really solid structure to help you with that process of creating that lesson or creating that piece of content for your client program or maybe a client group call. All right, so the next one we're going to do is we're going to use ChatGPT to solve coaching problems. So I imagine you can probably solve a lot of the coaching problems on your own, but you may get into situations where you need maybe a little bit of input and you need a bit of advice, and you can actually leverage your personal assistant, ChatGPT, to help you with coming up with potential solutions. So we're going to go in here and we're going to give it a scenario. Let's say we've got a client who is maybe not adhering or following the plan. Let's see what suggestions we can actually get. So I'm going to drop that in here. I have a client who is not following their training plan. What do you suggest? So we've got some options already. Assess the situation, communicate properly, revisit the training plan, set realistic goals, provide educational support, modify the training plan, accountability and tracking, address the obstacles and barriers, reinforce positive behavior, continual support and adjustment. Amazing. So we've now got various different tools that we can use that maybe we overlooked when it comes to solving that coaching problem. And now we have essentially a toolkit here that we can go back to the client with, and we can start using some of these things along with our experience and skill set to help solve those problems. So if you get into a situation where you're just not sure what to do with the client, and maybe you've tried a lot of things and you need some additional ideas and some tools, you could simply come over to ChatGPT, give it the problem, ask for solutions, and then that's going to give you some options to work with when it comes to helping your clients solve their problems. So you can see after being through this entire video now that we can use this for many different things. Okay, we can use it for coming up with program names. We can use it for coming up with social media and marketing content. We can use it for coming up with client course material and lesson notes and coaching call frameworks. And also we can use it for solving coaching problems. Now, there's much more things that it can do. And there's also much more applications and AI software on the market. So this is not going to be the last video that I cover on this, but hopefully this now gives you some ideas of how you can use AI to help you with building your online coaching business. I'll see you in the next one.